to live stream. Done. Okay. Hello, YouTube.
Hello, everyone. Peace and love, and welcome. Well,
and I'm just going to check that this is the right stream, because I may have sent a link to everyone that does or doesn't work yet. I'll find out shortly. But anyway, we are live.
We are live from
that's the important
planet
thing.
Earth.
And tell me, Nela, how are you doing?
I am feeling, I have so much energy. I am feeling, it's like mixed emotions, but I feel like it's so positive, right? It's all positive. And even, I think, like, if someone will ask me this question, you know, or you, like, maybe a year ago, I will start seeing I start to judge certain things that are happening in my life as bad, or you know, like, I will make this judgment. But now I understand that it's like integration is like when we are capable to go with the punches, to go with life, and see everything as illumination. So even though I can tell you that I am being very challenged in my life, in my personal life, I am feeling illumination. Like, I feel illuminated, full of energy, like it is time, like it is time now, like integration, you know. Yeah, that's how I feel. How are you?
I feel that too. I was responding to a friend's email today, and they were telling me about all the changes in their life, and I just said, change is good. Change is a good thing. And it was like a mantra to myself, like, it's good. It's good to change. This is a time of change.
It's happening in humanity. We are so afraid of change, and we don't realize it, you know, because it has been hidden in our subconscious mind. We were, you know, we were not aware of of how afraid we are to change as humans, right? And so we have this tendency to hold on to things and justify everything. And here comes the universe and start to, you know, challenge you. And the only way forward is surrendering to change and realizing that, yeah, it's time to move forward. Yeah.
It's so true. I'd like to start just by setting up some protection safe space for this session. So
yes.
And thank you for everyone that joined in the chat. And I'd like to start by taking together 3 deep breaths. So first of all, in through the nose. Hold. Out to the mouth. And in through the nose. Hold nice and loud out to the mouth. And once more, this time breathe in love from the universe in through the nose. Hold and breathe out the stress of the day. And now I'd like you to imagine the divine spark inside of your heart, to feel it, golden light growing, to fill your heart, and now to fill your whole chest as we take a light cord from your heart and send it up through the top of your head, up through the roof of your home, all the way up to the stars, up to the highest dimensions of the universe and connect into the source of this universe. There, span out your light as you feel that oneness, feel that love, and continue, still connect to the source, continue your light core's journey down to the stars and the dimensions, down to the sky, planet Earth, down to the roof of your home, down through the top of your head and into your heart again. And just feel that golden light fill up your whole body. And now take that light cord from your heart and this time send it down through the root of your spine, down to the ground, all the way down to the layers of the planet, down to connect into Mother Gaia's core. We send Gaia our love and gratitude as we connect in our light and continue its journey back up through the layers of the planet, to the surface, back up through to the root of our spines, and back up into our hearts. And as we are connected above and below to Gaia, we expand out our golden lights to create a protective bubble around all of us in this session, at this time, and in the replay. We invite in our archangels, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, our guides, our higher selves and source, and Gaia to assist us in the Synergy Live session today. And we set the intention that only energies and entities of the highest vibration, love and compassion, and only with our permission, can access us or see us through the session. And so it is.
And so it is. Hey, that was beautiful. I felt it. Ooh.
I felt this like super tingles immediately as I brought the light up through my head. It was like there's a lot of very powerful souls in this chat. Say hello to Alex and Stephen who are with us, and Emoji King I think is there as well. Thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna put my I just wanna just share with everyone out there that I have my son here in the same room. He's 4 years old, and today this is what's happening in my life, right? And so if anyone starts to hear anything, it's just, this is what's happening. I just, I need to let people know what's going on. Yeah, thank you.
He's very welcome.
It's like a commercial.
Yeah, exactly. It's great to have him here.
Thank you. I feel like Spirit is just wanting to talk about change, and I feel like it's like change and integration and just going with life, right? Like moving with life and realizing, I feel like this point that a lot of us are here, to be a service of humanity, and like we are so connected to spirit, but we also still here as humans. And part of being a human is to also attend to our human parts, right? Responsibilities like family. And the message I'm getting is like we burden ourselves a lot. Right, and we have to like be very compassionate with ourselves, with our families, because in reality our change is impacting the life of everybody around us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this energy of transitioning, I feel right now. Change, transitioning, and integrating. So the message is like, just take it easy on yourself and go with it, right? Everything is working out as planned.
Yeah, that is so true.
Right?
And it's like it perfectly describes my life as well. And
yeah.
in meditation, this morning I was shown this practice of opening our hearts, where there's a huge power. Like it is in part physical, where you're opening your heart chakra, and it's very much part of the 3D physical human that we're in that as you open up your heart, you're able to transition and kind of flow through the kind of chaos and the change around you. And I could just see in the visualization I saw, it was like I just saw like this big human heart, and it was like sat open, and then around it was this chaotic energies, and they were galactic in origin, so they're like swirling around us like this big storm, but hearts were like this island that sat just on top of it and allowed energies to flow in and out of it. And I was seeing like the energies like an ocean, and then the heart like this island that allowed, there was just this it's like this representation, not that the heart is alone, but more that the heart is just, it's there sitting in the energies, but it's allowing that flowing through. And that's definitely been a thing for me with, we've been looking at, just before this, I had to run back to the house because we've been looking at another house that we might downsize into, and it's like running back, it's like, come on little human, and like, keep up with your chaos. And also things like, changes in my work as well, like reducing those hours, and so much I'm appreciating that it's just a case of in part trusting, but also just being open to the change, like just feeling the change flow through you. And like you were saying, when changes, when you're not reacting well, when you don't react well to the changes, because you're resistant, you're holding on.
Resistant.
Like I imagine it clinging on to the banks, like the sides, the river banks of this kind of universal flow. And it's like, no, I will never leave. I will stay in this like miserable like stillness. And you fight against it. But when you let go and you just go with it, it is just, it's that feeling. It's like that feeling I get after doing one of these live streams with you now. It's just like, you just feel so alive. It's like, that's the feeling, follow that feeling.
Right. Yes, because I mean, unhappiness, the true meaning of unhappiness is when you are not living your truth and you are not living your life purpose. You will you will find yourself doing things that will give you momentary like joy, but then you be feeling like, okay, I need to do, this is not your own body intelligence will speak to you through emotions and feelings, right? But I feel like a lot of us have been going through this awakening for years, right? We have been going through it for years, and some people are at different levels, right? But we know that the universe is organized. We know that the universe works in cycles, right? There's cycles, and we have been sitting in winter time. It's like our mother, our mother, the divine, has been holding us and healing us. And during this winter time, we have been shown all these changes that we needed it to address in our lives. And yes, it happens as conflicts and confusion and arguments and roller coaster, right? And as finally we're now in spring, it's like a lot of us in different levels and in different areas of our life, we're starting to integrate the lessons from all these past years, both the dark winter, the chaotic times, and I feel like the message is this, to everyone who's listening: you are transitioning. Oh my God, my hands are here. I'm feeling like someone is doing this. It's like, you are transitioning. Go with it and find balance within your human life, your human responsibilities, and your spiritual life. And this is, again, spirituality. Being someone spiritual has to be reflected on the day-to-day life. Like, we hold these ideas that we don't feel like we're spirituals if we're not just, you know, doing this or meditating or working in our, you know, passions and goals, and why not? But it is important, like that's what I'm hearing, you know, it's important for us to remember that spirituality is again reflected on how you choose to approach your day, the things you choose to, you know, your internal dialogue, your relationship with others. So it's like on everything, really.
Yeah, that is so true.
Right.
And yeah, I feel that everything is spiritual, which is also really interesting because like you say, like it's very easy to, you know, I've until very recently I've been like compartmentalizing, like putting a silo into my life and saying that's spiritual, that's not. And then like the stuff that isn't, well, that just has to be like that forever. It's always going to be that thing that I just can't be myself in. And that's not true. Like I can be myself in every dimension of my life. And what I quickly find is that the more I am myself, the more alignment I either see or don't see in that relationship or work or house or whatever it is in my life. Because I think the true things that are in alignment with you, you will see miracles happen. And I've definitely seen that happen recently. Like things will flex in a way that you did not expect. And it could be a relationship, you know, it could be like your partner or your friends. If they're aligned, like if you're aligned and you see that, you know, you're expressing your true self with them, you'll just see miracles happen. You'll see them change and go, wow, I love the new you. They might even say that. But until you do that, you'll never know whether you're aligned or not. And if you're not, then we've all got free will choice.
Yeah. I definitely also, you know, when I hear you talk about like miracles, we have this idea, and we were told, right, this idea that miracles are only miracles when things happen the way we want it and how we want it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm now going into like core beliefs and old programmings and what we have been told, that if you're a kid and you wanted something, I remember hearing, go pray for the miracle to happen and you will get it, right? So just being aware that just miracles is nothing but just allowing magic to take care of things, and knowing that everything that is happening, it is gonna help you move forward. It is for your highest good, right?
That is so beautiful. It's so true.
Yes, it's so true. You know, miracle is being able to change. A miracle is being able to feel free to express yourself, for us to be doing this. A miracle is to survive our heartbreak, that it, you know, something very toxic, I mean, or the loss of someone, you know, trauma stuff. Like miracles is just allowing the magic to not just heal you, but also like taking care of you in every way.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I might be in trouble now.
Yeah, that is so true. Like miracles never, for me, they never happen exactly how I'd expect. And I love that when you like truly surrender and you just go with that magic, then you're always pleasantly surprised. Like it's even the universe has something even better than you can imagine.
Exactly. Sorry, go ahead. It's exactly what like my cool. Husband, like, yes.
Yes. And I feel that on that journey, like as part of change, the other exciting thing, like some of the kind of practical ways as a human you can explore the change, is on the side of kind of creating and exploring, like to try new things, like to keep trying doing something different. And on that journey, and it could be like going and visiting a place you've never been to, It could be, yeah, for me, it's like not, I haven't been drawing yet in years. And I have this strange intuition that when I start drawing again, I'm going to be way better than I was when I had stopped drawing, which was around 14. And because until recently, I'm pretty sure every time I drew like a 14-year-old, and I'm not a very good 14-year-old at drawing. But it's like when you just trust and you say, well, every human has got many, many talents, and just try these different things and go to different places and try them with different people is a great way of exploring that. And then the opposite of that, I've also felt that it's even right now, it's even more important to receive as well. And that our gifts are as much about receiving as they are giving. And that's not what we're taught. We're typically programmed that our gifts are kind of, are like a pushing out, right? And a bit like a healer. I imagine it as a healer, that I send like magical golden rays from my hands to people, and that is how I heal. But for every time I heal, I'm receiving, and within the gift itself, I'm learning what is it like to heal people in different ways. What is it like to receive their gratitude after the healing, and then I'm also learning to make space for that receiving, like to not be always focused on creating and trying new things, but achieve that balance of making time and just setting aside time when it feels right to just receive. And sometimes it's reflecting on what I've been doing. Sometimes it's just a long walk in nature. Sometimes it's resting for hours and hours on the sofa, like whatever it is that I'm doing to receive.
Just creating that space for you to receive. Exactly. Doesn't matter what. And something beautiful that you said about like miracles. Again, a miracle happens when we are, our ego is so attached to something that is toxic, and doesn't happen. And you go through this huge pain and disappointment, and your ego is so freaking pissed off. Then something else shows up in your life to show you, hey, look. Sorry. Okay, I will help you out, please, Julian. But it's like then the magic happened, and that's part of receiving. Miracles is really how it works. It's like manifestation. It's like checking on our intentions, right? And then having the open mind and the open heart for us to be able to receive, right? And
yeah.
And the magic of detaching.
Listen to it.
No, Julian, I am busy. What did I tell you before? Thank you.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. And so the super consciousness explorers is saying, I can't even count how many times the universe came in, rearranged or completely removed things in my life
Yes.
that I was resistant to. Shortly after the dust settles, it's even better than I imagined.
Exactly. Beautiful. Oh my God, who's that? Stephen Brock?
No, super consciousness explorers.
Super consciousness. Oh, thank you so much for commenting. That's so powerful.
Thank you.
Right? That is beautiful. Beautiful use of words, so powerful. I completely agree. I completely agree. And when it comes to like, you mentioning drawing and why not? I mean, when I started with my sacred geometry in my light language, I pray for it. I listened to light language, and then one day I wasn't doing anything, I was just doodling and whatever, but didn't have expectations. And I start to say, I give myself a space to see what happens. I have no expectations. After, let's say, maybe 1-2 months after committing, but I committed it because I created the time to receive, right, this gift. And I believe it, that I said, I know I can do it. I know, because it just triggered me that I wanted, well, I would love to do that. And one day I was listening to a channeling of Mother Isis and Osiris, and I was just listening to it, and I don't know where I made a spiral of light language, like
Wow.
I mean, and then I started like to talk to pronounce it too. You know what I mean? To speak my language.
Yeah.
And after that, I said, what if when I was a kid, I always wanted to draw. I wanted to draw so bad. And I was like, I'm horrible. You know, start, of course, to criticize myself, and I would not even try. I would procrastinate. And after I started with the light language, I said, what if I start drawing and then I want to add the light language to my drawings and why not? Julian, please. And so that's where my gift got activated. But it is about surrendering, taking the time, and just allow the miracles, the magic to happen in your life, right?
Yeah, that's so perfect. I absolutely love that. And
yes,
it feels, to me, it feels like we need to be very conscious about the receiving, and it's really helpful to set your intention. So I certainly believe in like a free will universe, and our guides won't help us unless we ask, and the universe won't help us unless we ask. And so it's super helpful to be able to say, look, I want to receive money, or I want to receive the perfect house for me, or I want to express myself through this gift, and ask for help. Like, say, guides, help me with this.
Yeah.
And ask each other. Like that's something that we're doing a lot more of. I've been helping people with their websites, or helping them with blockages in clearing sessions, or this is not the hero and heroine's journey, right? We can reach out. There's many people starting to connect with each other, and it's a perfect time when everything's changing around us to connect with each other and say, hey, could you help me with this? Like, just be really clear and say, I would love to help with this. And I think it's really beautiful, because you're totally empowering them to help you.
Yes, because I mean, I feel like a lot of us struggle with asking for help, and you know, it takes to be humble to say, "Hey, I don't know how to figure this out," and like reaching out to people, because we start to make excuses like, "What if they're gonna think I'm stupid? They're gonna think I am this and that I'm lacking something," you know, instead of saying, "Well." It's okay. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know. That's what I have been telling myself. I said, because okay, so one of my lessons, and I figured out, is this wanting perfection and doing everything alone. And I always told myself, Nela, you should know better. Nela, you need to know better, right? Those were my beliefs. So now I am being challenged by so many things that are outside my comfort zone. That is, the universe is requiring me to say, it is okay not to know. You don't have to know everything. But my ego is like, I want to know everything, you know, because I just, it's also reflected that where I come from in my childhood, I had needed it to grow up so quick. Then I became like that person that asking for help is like weakness.
Yeah. I feel that I think you gave me homework. We chatted after our last Synergy Live, and my homework was to go off and find like what blockage I had, and it was related to you were saying it's maybe something in your childhood, and I'd already, at that point, I'd already signed up for a friend's Shona's it's like a healing session, and she's just getting started, so she was doing sessions with friends, and I went through this session with her, and we went right back in my childhood, and as we went back there, of all things that I had trauma of, my childhood trauma, and I did not expect this, my childhood trauma was my spirit guide leaving me at about age 3, and I felt it was so kind of almost esoterical. It's like, why do I have trauma about the spirit guide? And it was really beautiful. Like Shona came through as that, and really helped me. And in the session, she helped me talk a lot as well, which I found like totally blew my mind. Like I was chatting away about what I was experiencing, and I realized that you know, it's not that it's important to ask for help, not only in these kind of 3D practical matters, but when you're trying to advance some of your skills or unblock yourself or heal yourself, that you can do that with someone as well. You know, it doesn't just need to be, for instance, hey, sign up with Jon Binnie for a darkness clearing session, like that he's going to give you all the answers. It's never like that. It's always teaching people to heal themselves. And yes, you're the kind of catalyst, but it's that open to change and receiving and asking for help. Like when you book a session with someone, you're asking for that help. And I think that is so beautiful. I certainly had a beautiful experience and just felt, such a release.
Yes, I feel like I find myself in that moment in my life. I want to apologize to everybody who's listening because my child is around, and today is one of these days that I am being challenged by my life responsibilities, and yes,
and
that's what's
being
happening.
human.
I'm just yes. Can you just share about that? being a parent and overcoming all these challenges and trying to manage your time. It's just talking to me about how like it's so important to prioritize and get organized so that we, so we are present where we need to be, right?
Yeah.
But also
exactly.
understanding that there are days that things get out of your control and you have to just go with it. For example, with me right now, when he should be napping, but he's refusing, and I have this plan to do this with you, and now I'm like, okay.
We don't know why these things happen when it's never super obvious. But I'd love the idea that there's someone watching this right now or in the replay, and they're like, I could do that. I could go on, even if my child wakes up, or even if there's like chaos around me. If it feels right and it's the right time for me, I can do that thing if I want to. But you're right. It's also just big part being human. My son's not feeling very well, and he's recovering from that. And I was like, doing that, go and see a house, and then came here. It's all part of the human experience.
Like something that we talk about it when I wanted, when I wanted to do this with you together, that I was like, what is it, the purpose when we talk about what is it, the purpose behind what we want to do? And we said, we want to be vulnerable. We want to be real, and we don't want to have a plan and just go with what it is. Then this is a pure example, because I was like, okay, so what should I do, right? What should I do? And then I said, well, doesn't have to be perfect. I am here going with my life, and moving forward and learning day by day by addressing the challenges. And again, things like this happening is just letting me know that, because we set expectations of, I'm gonna do this and that, and we have this expectation, right? Things are gonna go smoothly, but sometimes the freaking internet doesn't work. Sometimes you have you get sick. Sometimes there's something, that you need to overcome. But can you just freaking be a human and say, hey, be vulnerable? This is what's happening for me right now. and it's totally okay. It is totally okay.
That's so beautiful. And we'll finish in a couple of minutes. Yes. And it also reminds me of when I'm doing like a meditation message in particular, I'll go outside about half of the time, and when I go outside, there's always a lot of background noise, and I never quite understand the timing of it. But when I watch it back, or most commonly, I don't notice it, it's someone else commenting, and they're saying, when you said angel, that bird on the tree was like singing away so loud, and it's like, wow, you're right. Like you couldn't make it up. Like if you try to add the bird sound effect like at exactly the right time and have it singing in the right way and so excited, like it's often these the chaos around us, what we perceive as this chaos is like this divine orchestra going on, and it's like where sometimes I just feel like a bumbling human bumbling into like a big orchestra that's playing, and I'm like, what's all this noise? Why are all these people making all these noise? And they're like, it's beautiful sounds, it's singing away.
Yes, yes. 100% agree. And I think it's just because this has been fun. We always have fun, right, John? We have that in common. We're so spontaneous. And I feel like everything we have been channeling and sharing is so freaking beautiful. It's so real. And this is our purpose, right? To be just real. And because everybody is going through their own challenges, and life will always throw you things, right? There's no black and white. So I guess I just want to close, this episode, because it is what it is, that we have to just choose joy and to choose the positive. And I feel like even, with things that are happening, like right now, you talking about, well, for me, and then for you with the birds, and you could be just very annoyed, and now you see why, they were there, and you can see the beauty of things. So it's always about the perspective, right? How do I perceive things? And sometimes just finding humor, right? Finding humor.
That's so important.
Yes, just laughing.
That's so true.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Nela. And I mustn't forget, you're building a new website, right? So we'll have to make sure we share that. That's super exciting.
So I have finally decided to open up, because I truly feel that I am ready. My intentions, thank you. My intentions since I started to realize my gift in everything had been that I needed it to be, in a good place for me to be able to help others. And I don't want to go there projecting my things into other people. I truly pray to the divine to be a clear channel, right, for everyone. So I'm working on my website, and it's coming soon, and I am so very excited. I will let you know, guys. Thank you, John, and for all your help.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's super beautiful to see you stepping into your power like that, and I wish you all the success with it. And yeah, same for me. If anyone's interested, you can visit jonbinnie.com, and if you're interested in finding out more about my services of darkness clearing and healing, I may add some more services there as well.
Yes.
But yeah, really enjoying lots of bookings and just working through so many beautiful souls, learning so much. Every time it's like a gift, every session like a gift. So thank you to everyone that's been doing it. And thank you to everyone in the chat.
Thank you so much, everyone.
It's so beautiful, and I'll be checking through. And yeah, if any of you want any help with anything, please feel free to reach out to myself or Nela, and we're happy to help you in any way we can.
Yes.
And otherwise, we look forward to catching up again. I think we're doing this either every week or every second week. I can't remember. So we will be doing it regularly, and looking forward to also the monthly World Darkness Clearing and Healing sessions with a wider group. So very exciting. So yeah, thank you. And thank you to our guides, higher self, source, Gaia, our angels, and I bring this session to a close. Thank you.
And so it is. Peace and love till next time.
And so it is.
Keep on moving forward, right? Go with the punches. And surrender.
Yes, surrender to the flow.
Go, you need to learn to surf those waves.
Right.
Sometimes you're gonna, your hat is gonna get messy. You're like, okay, let me put it together, and I keep going, right?
Yeah.
I love you, everyone. Keep it real.
Thank you, everyone.
Be true to yourself. We love you. Namaste.